Picture this, a group in a Palestinian village, their prayers soaked with desperation. Suddenly, suicide bombers shatter the calm, driven by faith so absolute it overrides all reason. Sam Harris opens us to this raw collision, faith armed with terror. But what if this deadly surrender to beliefs is just the start? What if our willingness to shut down reason in service of faith is the real disaster unfolding? Let's zoom in on a brutal truth from Harris. Faith often demands suspension of critical thinking with catastrophic results. This blind spot isn't accidental, it's baked in. Harris recounts chilling scenes from the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, where suicide bombers believe their violent mission guarantees eternal rewards. Here, faith is not just personal. It becomes a strategic weapon, a willingness to kill and die unquestioningly. This isn't fan fiction, it's documented belief driving one of the deadliest cycles of conflict in recent history. Imagine walking through a dense fog. That's what blind faith does to the mind. It creates a mental fog where doubts vanish and the unquestionable rule. Harris argues faith behaves like a neurological shortcut, replacing the messy, taxing process of evidence and logic with the comforting certainty of sacred texts and dogmas. When faith becomes untouchable, it leaves societies vulnerable to manipulation and extremism. Harris's wake-up call? Only reason, backed by evidence and open to questioning, can build a future free from terror's grip. Faith's sacred certainties may comfort, but they also imprison us in outdated worldviews with deadly consequences. But religion's danger isn't just in personal faith. Harris dismantles how sacred beliefs contaminate politics, breeding chaos and division. In Washington, D.C., Harris points to how religious groups have shaped legislation, from restricting women's rights to stifling science education. Their politics aren't passive faith. They're aggressive, shaping nations with divine mandates that don't translate into a pluralistic society. Picture religion as a double-edged sword in the political arena. It gives politicians a loyal base, but also forces ideological battles where compromise becomes heresy. Harris compares this to a chess game rigged with invisible rules only believers understand, blocking progress and consensus. Harris advocates for a secular government that doesn't negotiate with sacred texts. This isn't just about being atheist. It's a call for reason-based policies that serve all citizens equally. Removing religious bias from politics isn't utopia. It's a necessary reform to avoid endless tribal wars masquerading as moral duty. Harris doesn't just demolish religion. He sketches a bold alternative, grounded in science and shared human values. Harris argues morality isn't handed down by gods, but emerges from promoting human flourishing. He zeroes in on well-being as a measurable, objective criterion, a radical shift from commandments to compassion. This moves ethics out of holy texts and squarely into the realm of human experience and science. Diving into the latest neuroscience, Harris reveals how meditation and Eastern mysticism tap into universal states of consciousness. These states shed religious trappings yet provide transcendent experiences that don't require supernatural beliefs. Think of spirituality rebooted, not gods demanding worship, but brain patterns unlocking awe and connection. His final pitch, a future where reason and morality walk hand in hand, a world where terror born of dogma is replaced by dialogue born of empathy. Harris dares us to imagine a global ethics rooted in evidence, openness, and shared humanity, because long-term survival depends on it. Remember that desperate village praying for peace? Sam Harris forces us to see the cost when faith silences reason. The open loop closes, we face a choice. Will we cling to sacred certainties that divide and destroy, or dare to build a world where empathy and evidence lead? Try this. Next time you hear a dogmatic claim, challenge it silently. Reason is a muscle. Start training it today. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.